We all see it. The U.S. housing market is changing.
One of the goals of increasing interest rates is to cool down a hot real estate market. Well, it appears to be working. Housing inventory is up. In this video, we're talking about the current Dallas-Fort Worth housing market.
What's up, Legacy Builders? I'm Rob.
I'm Reshawn.
And this is Learn, Hustle, Grow. She's a stock trader.
He's a realtor.
And we are debt-free investors. If you've been following our journey, then you know that at the end of 2018, we left our W-2 jobs, and in 2019, we traveled the world.
We focused on debt paydown and long-term investing in both real estate and the stock market to achieve financial independence. Each week, we drop videos sharing our experience and our knowledge on the topics of money, real estate, and investing. Occasionally, we share our travel experiences.
High inflation has led to high interest rates. As a result, there are higher mortgages.
Even with higher interest rates, you still get more house for your money in the DFW Metroplex than you do in most major metropolitan areas across the U.S.
Indeed.
Get free Dallas-Fort Worth MLS access at robtxrealtor.com. We'll include a link in the description below.
We do a lot of research to bring you the latest information, so please like, subscribe, and share our videos.
If you are new to this channel, welcome. We are glad to have you. So let's start with why you should care about what we have to say regarding the real estate market.
We began investing in real estate in 2013. In 2017, I became a licensed Texas realtor, helping people buy, sell, and invest in real estate.
As real estate investors, we've purchased both single-family and multifamily housing. We've purchased here in Texas as well as purchasing out of state. We've participated in a syndication deal and purchased real estate using a 1031 exchange.
All of this to say that we have more experience than the average homeowner.
In addition to our direct experience, as a full-time licensed realtor, Rob studies the real estate market on a daily basis.
In 2021, we saw mortgage rates go below 3%. Low rates help drive the real estate market.
I mean, it makes perfect sense. Most people use a mortgage to buy a home.
Yeah.
If you're going to borrow money, you want to do so at the lowest possible interest rate.
Unfortunately, supply wasn't able to keep up with demand. It was just not enough inventory on the market.
In the United States, home buyers are not just individuals, but also companies. Over the last couple of years, we've seen a tremendous increase in companies like Zillow and Opendoor purchasing single-family homes.
We mentioned in our other videos that buying up everything didn't necessarily go well for these companies.
As of this recording, interest rates are between 4.5% and 5.5%, which isn't bad at all for a mortgage. But it's enough to cause some buyers to pause. How does this impact the housing market?
So anybody who knows, who's been looking to buy a house in the last year knows it's been like a solid seller's market. Like it was no doubt. That is definitely starting to change, and we're starting to get a little bit of balance around DFW.
Okay.
So yeah.
So before we get too far into the state of the Dallas-Fort Worth real estate market, there are a lot of realtors in DFW. So why would the potential client want to work with you?
Hey, man. Well, first of all, I'm good at what I do. I'm not just saying that. I am. Second of all, I am brutally honest on a deal, right? People like me because I give it to them straight. I'm not struggling so much that I'm just trying to sell a house, right? I tell them the pros and cons of each deal, and based on what I see in my experience, and then let them decide.
Okay.
I am super responsive. I hear that's a huge complaint a lot of people have. And what else?
Well, as a former IT guy, I would imagine you're fairly thorough.
Yes, I am thorough. Of course, I'm thorough, and people can tell that I love the real estate game, and I want to see other people win like we're winning, and I want to see people be financially free and take their life in their own hands and stuff. So
okay.
Does that answer your question?
I think that's a good answer. You guys let us know. Was that a good answer? Comment below. All right, so back to it. A balanced market sounds good to me.
Okay.
Does that mean there will be no more bidding wars?
The answer is that depends. In order to get rid of the bidding wars, then we have to have more quality listings coming on the market.
Okay, so why the emphasis on the word quality?
We're definitely seeing more listings. Unfortunately, there are a lot of crap coming out instead of good houses. And, the good ones still get multiple offers. So
Okay, so when you say crap, exactly what do you mean? Be more specific.
Okay, so the reason why I say crap is because properties are not properly maintained, right? For example, I had a place under contract recently, and it was painted, very nice looking, everything from the surface, right? But then when the inspection happened, there was several cracks that were like foundation problems, or cracks in the wall, covered up. There were leaking pipes underneath the house. Everything looked great. They got a nice little panel covering it up. But then the pipes are leaking, so there's a pool of water underneath the house. And we hadn't had no rain in 2 weeks, right? And it's supposed to be bone dry outside, right? What else? Like new floors. Everybody throws in new floors, but why put in new floors when the house is leaning on one side, right? That means you got to get foundation repair, and then those floors are going to probably get broken up anyway because you got to redo those after the foundation.
Yeah.
So,
in addition to the walls being redone, patched, and painted, foundation leads to a lot of other work.
Not quality work. So
okay, so I'm going to ask this for everybody who's ever watched an HGTV show anywhere. Why is this a problem? Isn't everybody looking for the worst house in the best neighborhood?
It becomes a problem when the numbers don't add up, right? People want full price when they sell their house, but then they did not take into consideration the repairs that the house needs. Like, instead, they just try to cover it up and get you to pay for it, right?
All right, so what happens when problems are bigger than anticipated?
What happens is it's a waste of everybody's time, right? I have quality inspectors that I know, so every time an inspector comes out there, they're gonna find the problems. And now we've wasted your time, our time, and then guess what? The house goes back on the market for the next person to hopefully do their due diligence, right?
Okay. So over the last year, a well-priced quality Dallas-Fort Worth listing has received upwards of 30 to 50 offers. Is that still the case?
I don't think we're in the 30 to 50 space anymore, maybe not even the 20 space, right?
Okay.
But I did just have a listing this week. A buyer go looking at a listing this week, and it was a premium area. Like, it's in Frisco, or it's Plano actually, and it's called Shops of Legacy, right? Everybody wants to be over there. And it still had 16 offers. I was shocked. I was shocked that it even had 16 because things have changed so much. There are houses sitting on the market, but that premium area still can have multiple offers. Is the bottom line, right?
Okay, so earlier this year, just to compete, buyers were in a situation where they had to waive the appraisal, even waive inspection in order to win a deal. Is that still happening?
I don't know if people are waiving appraisal and inspection anymore. Maybe appraisal, which is still kind of crazy to me. But if you want to win, that is definitely a way to win.
Okay.
But I have noticed one thing. There are tons of houses coming back on the market. So obviously they're getting inspections. So even if they waive appraisal in the beginning, once they get that inspection, they see what problems that place really has, they're coming back on the market. Tons of them are coming back on the market right now. So
okay, that's definitely something to keep in mind.
Yes.
Up until this point, we've been talking about existing homes. Over the last 12 to 18 months or so, new home builders, those companies who specialize in new construction homes, had created a waiting list. That's how bad things had gotten.
100 people on the waiting list. Yeah.
Right. So is that still the case? Does someone looking for a brand new home have to be added to a waiting list? And if so, how long does it take to build out a house in DFW right now?
Well, as far as the wait list goes, that is changing drastically. There are definitely more homes available, especially if you get what you call an inventory home. Like, they have a model for a specific, type of house, and everything's going to be the same as the model. And then if you want one of those, you could probably move in right away. I've seen somebody just sent me an email. They saying they got 12 of them like right now.
Okay.
And it was 100-person wait, right? They're even giving bonuses again, right?
Bonuses to the buyer?
To the buyer. For example, like $10,000 towards closing costs to incentivize them to come with this specific builder, right, or whatever. So yeah.
So now, do they still need a realtor if they are buying a new construction home? I know a lot of people are wondering if that's the case.
Yeah, it's a huge misconception. People think, oh, I don't need one what it is they're trying to get you to come in there and buy directly from them. Now, if I brought you in there, then of course they don't say anything. But they try to cut the realtors out. But the thing is, you got to remember, these people that are sitting there at the building, at the builder station or whatever, they work for them. So they're doing everything they can to cut out everything that they have to give you. With a realtor there, they're going to make sure you get everything, and maybe a little bit more, because they work for you and they work for them, right? So
So now, as the buyer, am I paying you as for your services as a realtor?
And that's the thing. No, the builder pays us anyway, so you're getting a realtor basically for free. You might as well get a good one, right?
And that's the case when you buy an existing home as well. The seller is always paying the fees,
or the builder pays the buying agent. So if you're buying, you're basically just getting a partner or a friend or someone who's got your back, and you're paying nothing anyway. So why not have it, right?
Okay, that sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Now, I read earlier this year that the average cost of a home in DFW, I think sometime around May, this number came out, was $430,000. So, is that the case today? Are you starting to see prices come down?
Okay, so they are coming down slightly. I've seen price reductions all the way up to about $50,000, depending on, the location and the house. How, if it's a higher price houses, they'll come down probably 50 at max. That's the max I've seen.
Okay.
Like I said,
so it sounds like it's time for the buyers to get in there and win.
Yeah. It's I mean, we do have a new normal, and the prices are, I think they're higher than they've ever been, and they're kind of going to stay there. But so you're only going to get so much off, right? Where you really win at is when you start getting to the houses floating around 450 and 500K. Then they're much easier to get and wheel and deal with,
Okay. So when we started this conversation, we were talking about balance. You mentioned that we were headed towards balance. Does that mean that we are looking at a buyer's market?
Not quite. Inventory is at least double, what it was last month, but it's definitely not a buyer's market yet. It is much more, there's much more inventory, but we are definitely not in a full-fledged buyer's market yet. If it does happen, though, we're going to let them know. So
okay, all right. So got it. This is not a buyer's market because we still need more inventory.
Yes.
So what would you say, what kind of guidance or advice would you give to someone who is interested or looking to buy a house right now?
I think it's finally a great time for those who are still in the game. Many people have been pushed out because of the higher interest rates. So if you have something in your budget and you can afford it, I say go for it now while you can. Because you know how we say, we never stop buying, right?
Yeah.
If it's in our range, we'll grab it, right? And if that's what we're looking for, right? But before you know it, the market goes in waves, right? So before you know it, interest rates tick back down and everybody be jumping back in again. So, but you could have your house already and then just refinance. If that's the case, right? So, I would say I would go for it.
If you are buying or selling a home, you need a realtor. If you are interested in doing either of those in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, go to robtxrealtor.com. You'll get access to a free MLS, which will allow you to peruse or browse the market just to get a feel for what it's like. If you are selling your home and you're curious about what it might be worth, you can get a free valuation. Again, robtxrealtor.com.
See you in the next video.